everybody, I am back in the workshop, the cold workshop, hence the radiator. But we're getting started on the Copycat challenge, peeps. I am so excited about this week because I'm going to be repainting this cabinet. Yep, this very dusty, kind of crusty, really cartoony looking cabinet. I'm going to be repainting this for this challenge. This one is hosted by Redesigned by Nina, and I'm so excited to be taking part. If you follow me over on Instagram, then you've already seen me posting a couple of things about this, and hopefully you've all been over there guessing because I was keeping it a complete secret who I am copycatting. But as you can see, to get to this piece, I have to get all of this scrap wood out of there, so I'm gonna keep my radiator on and just get started. Dusty. Hi. That's wax. I don't even know. The wax is cracking. Oh my goodness, she's a mess. She's a mess, but I'm definitely not doing the inside of this piece, so. Alright, yeah, the bottom is open. So it does have to go upright. I'm not cutting that off. I'm not doing all that today. I just want to paint, baby. Alright, well, I guess it's time to get cleaning. Cleaning is the most important step this time because I had a failing finish inside the shelves and tons of dust all over this thing. I used Palmolive dish soap to clean and warm water to remove any of that residue. Plus, I helped it dry using a microfiber rag so I could get working on it right away. And that meant sanding. I used a 220 to scuff sand over the entire outside of the piece. I wiped the dust and I left it to dry. I applied the first coat of my base color. And while I do that, leave your early guesses of who I'm looking to for my inspo on this piece. Leave those down in the comments. Oh, and if you followed my community post this week, then you might already have a good idea of who it is. I left the cabinet to dry for about an hour, but not this. After about an hour for the first coat to dry, I went right in with the second coat. That gave me full coverage. And then I left it to dry for a few hours. And while that dried, I took about an hour to sit down and sketch out some potential designs. First though, I measured the cabinet. So to create a scale drawing, I'm going to need the approximate height and width of the cabinet. With those measurements in hand, I started in on a few different concepts and ideas. I wanted to do something that would really pay respect to the artist that I'm copycatting. Now, however, with that said, this style isn't my strong suit at all. But it is the specialty of one very talented furniture flipper. Have you guessed who it is yet? I'm going to reveal it in just a few minutes, so hang tight. After my base coat had a couple of hours to dry, I went right in with my undergraining, and then I moved right into my mid-tone glaze. But I'm not going to go into details here about how I do my faux wood graining. I need wood grain for my final design, but the faux isn't the main star of this show. If you want more detail on how I do a faux wood grain, I will leave links to some other videos down in my description. After letting things set up for about 24 hours, my undergraining and mid-tone glaze were fully dried, so I went right in with my toning glaze. I use a damp foam brush to apply that glaze layer, and that allows me to push it on and pull it out directionally. But again, if you want more info on my faux finishing process, check out those videos that I linked below. After finishing up with the faux, I also used some chalkboard paint to touch up along the back of the cabinet. And then I left everything to dry for about 6 hours. To finish things off and protect the faux for my next step, I gave the cabinet a solid coat of Minwax polyacrylic top coat in a clear matte finish. I actually find this finish ends up more of a satin vibe, so it's exactly what I was going for this piece. Then I left it to dry for about 24 hours. Okay, so if you hadn't figured it out yet, it's time for me to reveal. My copycat is modeled after my girl Marissa over at Miss Flips. And if you haven't seen any of her Art Deco inspired designs, you have to get over to her channel immediately after this video ends. In fact, I'll link to Marissa down in the description and at the end of this video so you can go check her out. I am constantly blown away by not only her attention to detail, but also her creative eye for design, and I love her fearless approach to a piece of furniture. Not to mention, she makes super fun videos, so thanks for being a huge inspiration to me, Marissa. But girl, how did you decide to keep going with this style once you started? Because damn, this is a lot of work, and math, and thinking. In total, this one side took about 2.5 hours. Yep, just to tape everything off. I really wanted to make sure that I got this as symmetrical as possible. It won't be perfect, but I'm pretty happy with how close it got. Now, okay, not to foreshadow or anything here, but you all just need to keep in mind, this is me doing this piece. So if you're new here, hey, what's up? I'm Jen, a literal walking disaster of a human sometimes, but you know, my intentions are always good. So before the calamity that is the end result of my piece, I'm just gonna let you watch the mesmerizing activity of geometry actively coming to life. Enjoy! So sorry it got blurry at the end here, but luckily that was short-lived. I repeated that entire process on the other side. And I gotta say, I have no clue how Marissa does this kind of intricate finish so often. Seriously, my eyes are definitely crossed, and I think I might have even pulled my brain while trying to get the math right on this thing. Not to mention, I definitely pulled both hips and at least one shoulder while working because, you know, hashtag middle-aged ladies definitely shouldn't sit on the floor for 5 hours. With the tape ready, I went in right away on the first side with my gold metallic acrylic paint. Now, I wanted to use gilding wax for this. Sadly though, I totally planned this project so last minute that it wouldn't have arrived in time to get the video up for the playlist. I had a tube of Rub and Buff on hand, but I definitely didn't think it would be enough to do both sides, so this acrylic paint was my fallback, and I stress fall. Because I sponged on the paint, the edges were fully sealed. Now, that's not usually a bad thing in most cases, but with acrylic paint, it dries kinda differently, and I didn't even think about that while I was adding my second coat. Acrylic skins over, and it doesn't really rehydrate layers with a new layer like a chalk or a clay-based paint would. So my fade was essentially sealed the minute that I actually sealed this cabinet with top coat. But here, I just happily kept on painting, blissfully unaware. I even went and set up this super sweet close-up shot to pull the tape for you all. Okay, while the paint is still wet and I don't think it's gonna be full coverage, even though I just did like 4 coats, but that's cool. I am going to pull some tape. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it's gonna be the best it's gonna be. I can't do anything else about it now, so hopefully it works. Okay, where's that X-Acto knife? Oh, come on, baby. Oh my God, really though? You would be my hero if you work. Oh no. Alright, well, looks like it's gonna probably just peel, which is such a bummer, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get it to stick around at all. Oh yeah, she's peeling. Alright. She's peeling. Oh my God. Yeah, I did all that work for literally nothing. Oh, dude, not cool. Soup's not cool. I'm trying to pull it while it's still wet, but it's not letting me. Okay, well, I'm gonna deal with this monstrosity then, and we'll just see what happens. I'm not super confident that it's gonna even come out okay at all. It's just not gonna come out okay. Alright, so yeah, we're just pulling it, and if it comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's pulling my finish off, it's just, yeah, oh my God. Awesome. Okay, well, here we go. That's how it is, I guess.
My first instinct was to be super mad, but hey, I only let myself sit in that feeling for a minute because in the end, at least I got this picture. And I also learned that trying to use what's on hand for a last-minute challenge entry won't always work out. If I'd ordered gilding wax in time, this may not have happened. But, c'est la vie.
And so ends that experiment. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. Killed my finish for this. Spent 5 hours taping off for this. Well, only one thing left to do now. Get beauty shots.
I want to again thank Nina at Redesign by Nina for hosting this challenge. Despite my end results, I am not upset that I did this, and it actually has me thinking. How would you all like to see me grunge this one up? Like, really go for it and make the destruction look purposeful? Just like get in there and destroy it layer by layer, just boom, boom, boom. If you want that, totally leave me a comment and I will share a part 2 in a couple of weeks. If not, I might be giving this thing a Viking funeral in my pool. Either way, thanks for the inspo, Marissa. Your art is always inspiring. And thanks to all of you for being here and watching today. That's all I've got. Later, peeps.
Here we go, intro. Clap, clap. No, here we go, intro, here we go, clap, clap. Whatever, not a cheerleader. All right, let's do this. Except, of course, that opened up a new problem right here. Of course it did. Yeah. The creaking knees and the groaningness is not the sounds that I wanted to get for this clip. Welcome to middle age.